this is the most important player to sign. You have guys that are maybe way better technically or other stuff, but this is like the foundation of the club. You can't. You saw it. He just went into a mood of I want to score. Who can do that? He said I want to score, and he went to score. You know that you don't have that often. But the fact that, for example, if he was in that back four of Nottingham Forest, you don't have the coach. The coach doesn't have to get up. He will sort it out. And yes, he will get caught sometime, and we've seen it. But more often than not, he will stop a counter with his mouth. He doesn't have to defend. He's very clever. I said he's the most important player at Liverpool. Then you have the most valuable player, is Mo Salah. He's the most important.
Most definitely. I mean, we saw Spurs. Gary just touched on it there about the response from Arsenal after Declan Rice made a mistake. Mawani scores a goal. How do they respond? It's a bigger challenge for Arsenal today against a better Chelsea team, in my opinion, than what Spurs were. It was North London derby, but we saw Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. Big opportunity for Chelsea to get back to winning ways. They dropped 2 points. What did Chelsea have to do, Gary, to put Arsenal under real pressure today?
I was at the game, the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, probably only 3 or 4 weeks ago now, and I think they just got the balance slightly wrong that night. I mean, Paul Merson thought they got it badly wrong. I actually wasn't as critical of them as Paul Merson was that night. They really did dig in. They tried to keep the game going till the last 20 minutes, and then they brought a couple of substitutes on and tried to sort of, if you like, snatch that goal that would have then taken them to extra time. I think what they're going to do today is just shift that balance slightly by keeping the same defensive solidity, but they've got to have more of a threat going forward in the first 70 or 80 minutes of the game. So I think that will be the case. I think Liam Racine had a real plan that night of how he was going to get back into the tie. And I don't think it was a bad plan. He just didn't execute it correctly at the end of the game in that last 15-20 minutes when Cole Palmer and I can't remember who else came on. But I think just making sure that balance between the defensive solidity and then having that little bit of a threat going forward, it wasn't quite right on that Carabao Cup night.
No, well, when I was a player, the kids were quite young, but it's probably the most credit to my wife and the tendency and the way we talk about the game and the football and my profession. I always tell them, I love so much what I do, and the day I made that decision to become a manager, one thing is for certain, is one day I'm going to get sacked. I don't know if it's today, in a month, in a year, or in 5, but it's very possible that that's gonna come down. And what I promise is that I will do my best to try to give the very best to the club.